Tax laws are complicated, but tax strategies don't have to be. That was the challenge in today's episode. Lauren Merkel and Sean Honkamp did a great job of taking 3 tax strategies and making them simple for you. We talked about tax loss harvesting, Roth, and net unrealized appreciation. But of course, when we think about taxes, we don't automatically put the word simple in there, and here's why. Tax codes, the U.S. tax code is 6,000 pages. When tax regulations and official IRS guidelines are added, you're looking at 75,000 pages. It would take you 9 days to read it all. I don't suggest doing that. Let's take a look at this. It hasn't always been this way, though. Look at this. Back in 1913, a mere 400 pages of the U.S. federal tax code. And then you look at today, you see how those pages stack up over the years. We're looking at 75,000 pages. So in today's episode, the challenge was make it simple. I'll let you in on something. We didn't take all 75,000 pages and make it simple. We talked about just those 3 strategies I mentioned off the top. You'll want to check that out. I'm not going to go too much into those strategies here because I'm going to let the retirement planners do just that. But I'm going to tell you what I've learned about taxes over the years hosting this show and getting to work with the retirement planners here at Merkel Retirement Planning. I have learned that you have more control over taxes in retirement than you think. You might be in the same boat as me. You're working right now, you're making a certain amount of money, you get taxed based on that amount of money you make, and then you just pay the taxes because that's the law. You're hoping to make a little bit more money each year, and you realize you'll probably have to pay a little bit more in taxes, and you pay your fair share, and sometimes you grumble about it. I'm in that camp too. In retirement, though, it's different. It's a big mindset shift. You actually have more control over taxes than you've ever had before. Well, you might be thinking, why and how? Well, here's what I've learned. Retirement income is taxed differently. So here's a chart that I pulled up that you could find easily on the internet, but I think it does a good job of at least giving you a glimpse into why retirement income and retirement taxes are different. That's because you have these different income sources. And I'm talking about federal taxes here. So you've got, for example, Roth IRA and Roth 401ks. Qualified distributions, tax-free, the best kind of money in retirement. Then there's these other income sources like traditional IRAs, traditional 401ks, some annuities, some short-term capital gains. Those are taxed at the ordinary income rate. But then, of course, because taxes aren't too simple, there's more. There's Social Security. There's a whole bit of math on this called provisional income, but some people pay 0% federal tax on their Social Security, and some people pay up to 85% on their benefits. So again, there's some control there that you can use if you're working on a long-term tax plan. And then there's long-term investment gains, including qualified dividends. Those are taxed at a different kind of tax bracket. That's called the capital gains rate. That changes, and that depends on your ordinary income, what you pay in the capital gains. So now that you know that there are different types of tax rates on the different types of retirement income, at least you get a little glimpse into what's coming in retirement. So what can you do? Well, if you're working with a retirement planner, they're going to help you with strategies that will really impact your tax bracket. So I've heard the retirement planners here talk about tax buckets. They're going to pull money from the different buckets at different times, and they know how to work with you to do it in a certain way that helps minimize your tax rate, helps you be more tax efficient. It's not just what it is right now, which is you get the paycheck, you pay the taxes in April. It's a long-term look, and it is also using different income sources at different times and taking money out of different buckets at different times in order to get this all as tax efficient as possible. So the takeaway is you have more control over taxes than you think. And if you know the tax strategies, that can be very helpful. One thing when it comes to taxes is I think that should be left up to the professionals, right? So retirement planners and CPAs. So if you happen to catch the episode and you see Lauren talking about tax loss harvesting, though I think he did a great job of making it simple, but you're still feeling like the terms and some of the things are things that you don't quite understand, I feel like that's okay, because here's what I think your options are. You hopefully are working with someone who's bringing this strategy to you. It's not on you to say to them, oh, net unrealized appreciation. I've really been thinking about that a lot, talking about that at happy hour with my friends. No, not necessarily. This is something they may approach you and say, hey, is this a strategy for you? I'm going to explain it to you in a way that you can understand. And then we're going to talk about if this is right for your retirement vision. If you're not working with someone who's approaching you with some of these long-term tax saving strategies, they may not specialize in retirement planning. They may not specialize in helping you develop a long-term tax plan that also works together with your professional, your CPA or your tax preparer. That's what I've learned. I don't have to understand the tax code. I don't have to read those 75,000 pages, thank goodness. I don't even have to understand exactly how tax loss harvesting works. I just want to know that it's an option, and I want to know that it's something that could help me save money in retirement. Because the more money you save on taxes in retirement, the more money you get to spend doing all of the fun things that you want to do in retirement. So taxes are just one part of a retirement plan. There are other things to think about when it comes to your journey to retirement. Check out our online Journey to Retirement workshop. This is a great opportunity to see all of the decisions that lie ahead for you as you get ready to retire. Go to retirewithmerkle.com, choose a time and a date that works for you, get comfortable, and go on a journey to retirement.